For decades, we have heard two completely different stories about artificial intelligence. The first story claims it is a superhuman mind, akin to magic, that will one day surpass us all. The second story argues it is nothing more than an advanced calculator. But the strange truth is, both stories are entirely wrong. When we strip away the hype, the fear, and the mathematical complexity, we discover that AI is not magic, and it is not true thinking, at least, not in the way we as humans think. So how can a collection of code learn to drive a car, write a poem, or even diagnose a disease? The secret doesn't lie in complex formulas, but in a very simple concept that humanity managed to transform into an automated system. Welcome to the Blueprint Chronicles. Today, we open the black box to understand how artificial intelligence truly works. To understand modern AI, we must first look back at traditional programming. Imagine you want to teach a computer to recognize a cat. In the past, you had to write strict rules. If the shape has triangular ears, whiskers, and fur, then it is a cat. But this method breaks down instantly. What if the cat is a breed with folded ears, or has no fur at all? The rules fail. You simply cannot write a rule for every single scenario in the world, and that is where machine learning changed everything. Instead of giving the computer the rules, we give it the answers. Think of AI as a young child. You don't give a child a geometric definition of a cat. Instead, you show them thousands of pictures of cats and tell them, this is a cat. Then you show them pictures of dogs and say, not a cat. Over time, the brain begins to notice the patterns on its own. Modern AI operates on this exact same blueprint. It is a system that looks at millions of examples and extracts highly precise patterns. Patterns that humans sometimes can't even put into words.
But it doesn't see the way we see. Instead, it uses what are called neural networks. Don't let the name intimidate you. They are simply successive layers of processing. Imagine you want to recognize a handwritten number, like the number 9. The first layer sees only the pixels and asks, is there a straight line? Is there a curve? The second layer combines these shapes and says, this looks like a circle at the top and a line at the bottom. Finally, the last layer concludes that this shape most likely represents the number 9. This is what is known as deep learning, where the initial layers see simple details, while the deeper layers comprehend complex meanings. But the most important question is, how does the AI know if it is right? The answer lies in a process similar to a game of hot or cold. In the beginning, the system has almost zero experience. If you show it a picture of a cat, it might guess something completely random. When it makes a mistake, a signal is sent telling it that it was wrong. It then adjusts its settings slightly. These settings are called weights or parameters, and you can imagine them as a massive array of dials that are tuned gradually. Through millions of attempts and corrections, the system becomes capable of giving the correct answer. But what about systems that write text or create images? Here, we reach generative AI. This type doesn't work on a right or wrong basis, but rather on the principle of filling in the blanks. Imagine you have read every book in existence. When you hear a sentence like, the quick brown fox jumps over, you can predict the next word easily. Not because you calculated it, but because you have seen this pattern so many times.
Generative AI works the exact same way. It is a highly sophisticated autocomplete system. It looks at the words you wrote, compares them to a massive volume of human text, and then predicts the next most probable word. It isn't necessarily telling the truth, nor does it possess real conscious knowledge. It simply predicts what sounds logical to humans in that specific context. When we look at AI, it might seem like a strange entity or an independent mind, but the reality is far simpler. It is a tool built entirely on logic, trial and error, and a massive mountain of human data. It does not possess wisdom, it possesses a borrowed experience derived entirely from us. It is a stunning example of how something simple can become incredibly complex, purely because it was repeated billions of times. If you enjoyed this exploration inside the world of the machine, make sure to hit the like button. This is the Blueprint Chronicles, extraordinary stories hidden in plain sight. Thanks for watching.